weekend, the police distributed DVDs featuring footage of a man between 20 and 30 years old who was seen emerging on foot from an underground parking structure on Hollywood Boulevard, where a car fire had been reported.
Peter Bowes reporting. And finally, the Strictly Come Dancing judge, Alicia Dixon, has announced she's leaving the BBC show. The singer is moving to ITV to join the panel of Britain's Got Talent. Well, now the weather forecast with Angie Phillips.
A cold, gusty evening, although wintry showers will tend to fade away, giving a drier spell before heavy rain moves in during the night. Winds will strengthen at the same time, eventually becoming stormy later in the night and tomorrow morning as the rain moves away. The Met Office has issued a warning as there could possibly be some damaging and disruptive gusts of wind reaching 70 to 80 miles per hour, especially towards the north.
And that's all from the news desk until 7 o'clock tonight. BBC News.
On the Jerry Kelly Show, we like to talk.
What about you, Jerry? I love coming back home to Belfast.
You look young every time I see you.
Thank you so much.
How many peace walls does one city need, for God's sake?
Who wants to be a grouch on the road? Not me.
I was on Michael's show when he came to Belfast.
You were indeed, but that doesn't say you like him. So you're all Wooka-lilies. We must get Anthony Turner on the show.
How are you, Jerry? It's great to be here at last.
Come on, Jimmy, give us such and such. You were what?
40 yesterday.
I don't believe you. The Jerry Kelly Show, Saturday afternoons from 12:30 on BBC Radio Ulster, and listen again anytime online. Is it really live?
Oh yeah, no, it's proper live.
Happy New Year!
From everyone at BBC Radio Ulster.
And now, Anderson Extra, a compilation of the best bits of the Jerry Anderson Show. This programme was first broadcast in February.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Anderson Extra, a weekly supplement of the Daily Jerry Anderson Show. Collect them all, and you will eventually have a stunning collection of bits of radio which will brighten up any home and is sure to provide years of pleasure for you and your family. Unless you happen to be Sean Coyle, who isn't even aware of this programme's existence, and long may this be the case. Despite the gifts of shampoo in small bottles, the presenter's return fails to revive the spirits of the staff. But a small glimpse of his skin may enliven them.
There's someone here welcoming you back, saying, "Welcome, Smooth Neck." Isn't that nice?
Well, you see, that's a change from Turkey Neck.
Yes, that's nice.
And you see, have you noticed, can I do something?
Yes.
I'm wearing, tell the people what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a kind of a, well, I suppose a very light jumper. It's buttoned up to the neck.
No, it's not buttoned, it's zipped.
It's zipped up to the neck.
Yes.
I'm sorry for being so technical.
Yes.
And many as another person would say that I'm wearing this because I'm afraid of my
It's
turkey
like a
wattle.
boxer's training top.
Exactly, but watch what I do this.
Yes.
What do you say?
That's normally how zips work.
Now, what's that neck? Look at that neck. Not a mark on it. Look at that. See, what you've got there is the application of a certain...
Well, that's not for me to judge. I would like one
Go
of the...
to get Emma
Yes.
to look at it. Emma, look at this neck here.
Emma, would you have a look at it for him?
Did you ever see that movie Black Swan?
Would you have a wee look? She's too far away.
Emma, have you seen Black Swan? Have you seen that movie, the ballerina and the neck she had? It's kind of like that. Long, slender, brown, uncreased. It's beautiful. The 3 weeks away doing the Lord's work coincided with the feast of St. Valentine, a day much loved amongst the people of Ulster as it gives them an opportunity to demonstrate their love of the presenter. Mr. Coyle, the man with the jealous eyebrow, does his best to ruin that relationship. Where are the Valentine's cards?
Eh?
Where did you leave the Valentine's cards? I missed Valentine's
Janet
Day.
has them.
Janet, where are they?
Janet has them in a box.
Well, why didn't you not give them to me this morning?
Afterwards, they let me...
How many are there?
Too much to do.
How many are there?
There's about 300 odds, the last count. 327, I think.
Is that all?
Mm-hmm. You're down this year.
That's very disappointing.
A man tailed you from...
Sorry?
A man tailed you.
Oh, tailed me?
Yes.
I didn't know what you said. I was afraid to ask. Go ahead.
A man tailed you from Heathrow right into the heart of Belfast.
Did he?
And observed you and took photographs of you.
Did he?
Yes.
Well,
he said, it doesn't look right. Carrying a tiger skin suitcase. Doesn't look right. He says, not the image, Jerry, he says. So you see.
Well.
And there's photographs. He's sending on photographs.
Well, you see, let me just say this to you. There are two types of men in this world.
Yes.
Men who will not be seen carrying a tiger skin suitcase and men who don't care. I'm the second. Do you know why? Because the feminine thing in me is alive and kicking. And I'm proud of it. I'm not one of those macho men who wouldn't.
I hope it was imitation tiger skin.
It was, of course. Do you think I'd
yes,
kill a
yes.
tiger and
I
then
hope
put
so.
me clothes in it?
I hope it
Of
was.
course not. It's imitation tiger. Yes, I have a tiger skin suitcase, and I wheel it, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah. Well,
And I would wheel it. Would you wheel a pram? Would you?
Of course.
Of course you would. But there are many who wouldn't. Many who wouldn't. Did you see that? Have you been watching that big fat gypsy wedding? Have you been watching?
Are you off your?
It's fantastic.
Go away.
No, it really is.
yourself
No, it really is
on.
fantastic. No, I'll tell you why. Because I have a very soft spot for travellers. I have indeed. Because when I was working in Strabane many years ago, when I was an assistant social worker, one of my duties was to go around and see that they were okay, various things. And I got to like
I'm
them
not talking about from that end of it. I'm just talking about from a TV program end.
Well, it's about them.
I don't have no interest in that at all. Anybody's wedding.
No, but it's not about a wedding. A bit of it's about weddings.
Anything about a wedding.
It's about the people's lifestyle. It's fantastic.
That's all right.
It's fantastic. You see, a lot of people can't understand it. They don't understand what kind of a life this is. But you know what it is? It's real freedom. Something that we have lost. We have lost freedom. You think you're free, don't you? Don't you? Do you think you're free?
I never thought about that.
No, but do you think you're a free man? I mean, are you happy? Do you feel the wind blow? No, of course you wouldn't allow the wind to blow through your hair.
I would charge it.
Yeah, that'll be 50p, please, to use my hair to pass through. No, but do you feel as if you're a free spirit? No, do you? Or do you feel as if, are there yearnings and longings within inside you? Are there things inside bursting to get out that you know will never get out? Maybe things that shouldn't get out at all? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel as if you've been fulfilled? I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm just a burning mass of unrelieved tension. You know, I'm not free. I want to be.
I never think of it. I just get up.
I want to be in a caravan.
I'm happy waiting.
I don't want to dance like those girls. See the way they dance?
No.
Do you not see it?
No.
They do this kind of Persian belly dance. All the wee girls dance the same way. My daughter says to me, "Why are they dancing like that?" And I said, "This is something primeval, something within. That's something from way in Central Europe, some way from Romany many years ago. It's kind of a belly dance thing."
So why don't you do it?
I do it. Watch me. Look. Look at that. Hey, Emma. Hey.
Oh, look, Emma. Look, Emma. That's doing nothing for you, Emma, so that does nothing.
Look, it's early in the morning. She's married with children. What does she know?
That doesn't matter.
Bring in a single girl. She'll go crazy when she sees me move. The muse once more strikes the presenter, and wistful words cast his mind back to an innocent time when policemen walked about on their own. A sense of pride flows through me as I'm wakened by the cold, for my dreams of Ballyscullion are treasures to behold. Some day, before my time is through, my home I'll see once more, the townland of O'Scullion on Loch Beg's grassy shore. Isn't that nice?
It is very nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yet I don't long for any place of them in the past. Do you? You know, well, it might be different for you because you were sort of country born. And you know, do you hanker for that?
Do I hanker?
Yeah.
No,
I'm not a cowboy word, isn't it?
I'm not a hankerer.
That's a cowboy word.
No, it's not a hanker. I hanker for days gone by. No, it's not a cowboy word at all.
Isn't it?
Cowboy have used it occasionally.
Well, what is it?
Not necessarily a hankery word. I don't know.
A hankering?
I don't know. Please.
Anyway, do you hanker for the old
I don't
days?
hanker for anywhere, really. No, I'll tell you what I hanker for.
Neither do I.
I hanker for my old street. I hanker for my old street in Derrystroke, Londonderry, because it's completely disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Involuntary demolition during the Troubles.
Yeah.
There is one building that stands in the street where I was born. It's the Bank of Ireland at the bottom of the street. It's a street called Sackville Street in Derrystroke, Londonderry. It was a very, very unique and unusual street, and the houses were great and full of people. But now, all the old houses are gone, and as I walk up the street, nothing comes back to me. Nothing at all. I would love for that street to be just the same as it was when I was a child. But alas, terrorism has left its mark.
But would that force you or inspire you to write a poem? That's what I'm on about.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Because I don't like poems. They make me sick. The presenter has always been a source of great comfort to many who seek out his expertise and advice. Mr. Coyle, whose eyebrow is becoming more furrowed by the hour, is one of those who turn to him for wisdom.
it's something that I want to ask you, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, let's try and get round that some way.
Aye,
Okay.
if you can. I don't want to. Right? Don't.
I mean, you don't want to probe it.
No, just want to.
You just want to mention it in passing, and you want me to talk about it, but you don't want to talk about it personally.
Yeah, I want you to say, well, this is why.
Okay.
If at all possible.
You don't want to get into the discussion about it.
No.
Okay.
And I just want to skirt around it. Okay?
Oh,
All right?
skirt. Right. Okay.
There was a time when doctors did something, but they don't do it anymore, and I wonder why have they stopped?
I'll tell you why.
Or do you know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
Don't you? And
I know.
What at one time it cured everything and it told the doctor everything, didn't it?
They did that, yeah.
Well, why have they stopped?
Because times have changed, Sean. They can't do that anymore because what they do, Emma.
It's not for Emma's ears.
It's not for Emma.
No.
Emma, leave the room.
Yes.
The doctor, you're going to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Stand up there, son."
Yes.
And he would do a certain thing.
Yes.
And he'd say, yeah. And he would tell you what the results of that thing that he did would have done. Well, what he would have learned from that thing that he did. And
he would ask you to do a Tom Jones impersonation.
Yes.
Wouldn't he?
But at the same time as you're doing it, he'd ask you to go,
that's your.
But at the same time as you're going, he would be doing something.
Yes. Why have they stopped?
Because it's open to misinterpretation.
Wondered.
Because I think perhaps I think perhaps one or two doctors did that and they didn't have to do it at all. And this kind of got to the ears of people who are in charge of the Gerald Michael Anderson, the General Medical Association.
That's very good.
Anyway, they don't do it anymore because I think the short answer to that, and I have to say it's pretty short, the answer is they're afraid to.
Was that right?
Yeah.
That's
because somebody might say, "Listen, excuse me, I went to the doctor's the other day and he asked me to go," and he did a certain thing, and I don't think it was absolutely necessary. I didn't like the look in his eye, and I'd like to report him. You see? You can't do it to women.
There's a call on one.
I was laughing.
I know.
I think she knows what it is.
Yeah.
How do you call Emma? Quick, Emma, quick! Reach over.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We go wherever we want to.
The presenter is concerned about the changing face of politics in Ulster. Men are growing beards. Men who in the past would never have a beard about the place. Why was I not told about David Trimble's beard? I should have been told about that immediately when I walked in here.
Oh,
yesterday.
I talked about it.
I never heard anything about it.
I advised him to shave it off. He's like a Shakespearean actor.
He looks like somebody
out of work.
He looks like somebody out of the Dubliners. I saw a photograph of him today. I get very, very big shocks today. First of all, I opened the paper and I see David Trimble with a ginger beard. And then I see the monkeys.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
The monkeys were on the One Show last night.
Were you watching the One Show?
I had the misfortune of seeing it.
Have you actually? Do you actually watch the One Show?
No, it was on. It was
the One Show is the most depressing program I think I've ever
I heard
seen.
it trained.
And the reason why it's so depressing is because it's so relentlessly false and cheerful.
No, I heard the fact that the monkeys would be on the show, and I said I have to see.
Hey, we're the monkeys. We're 75 years old. We're busy singing. We'll never be cold. Hey, we're the monkeys. Put that blanket round my knee. Sorry, go ahead.
There's only 3 of them.
I know one of them refused to take part. He's the one who's got sense.
Yeah.
His name is Michael Nesmith. He was the one who never liked them. The other 3 you can tell. They played here about 15 or 20 years ago in the, what do you call it, the Waterfront Hall. And they were old then.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what they're like now? Did you actually see them?
Yeah.
What are they? Who's the worst looking? We have to remind the people who are listening that the monkeys were a kind of an engineered... They were kind of an engineered Beatles.
Yeah.
They came out in 1966. What do they look like in the flesh? Were they able to talk?
What do you call the fellow Tork? What's his first name?
Peter Tork.
Peter Tork.
Peter Tork. Michael Dolenz.
Per Peter hasn't sort of weathered the storm too well.
Who does he look like?
No, I don't want to say.
Go on.
No, I don't want to say.
You told me earlier.
I don't want to say.
Who does he look like?
No, I'm not going to say.
Come on.
I'm not going to say. I don't want to end
This is what's wrong with you. You're afraid.
I don't want to
There's
end up
nothing
in
wrong with you saying
the High Court.
All you're saying is that you looked at this guy and he reminds you of... There's nothing wrong with saying... I mean, if I looked at somebody and I'd say, he reminds me of, let's say...
but we're saying he's not wearing well. That means implying that the other man's not wearing well.
No, you didn't say he wasn't wearing well.
I did say he's wearing... I think he's burned a bit of oil. You see, so I can't say that now. I can't mention the other man now.
All right then. His big end's gone.
Yes.
When you're 18 or 19, when you're playing music, that's as good as you're ever going to be. And that's your career.
Surely not.
I'm telling you. And that's as good as you're ever going to
So
be.
you started off playing rock and roll music, and did you not become an accomplished bass player? Actually voted the best bass player in Ireland at one time?
Yeah, I was 22.
You know.
It's all downhill from there.
No, but you started
let's
playing
not
when
get
you were
bogged down in
you
this.
started playing when you were 14.
Yes, but
so
that's
you
not-
improved greatly.
No, but see, this rock and roll is the only profession, should I say, where you peak when you're 22 and you don't get any better.
Do you see that time you were voted the best bass player in Ireland?
In the world, yeah.
We were all ever so proud of you.
Thank you.
In the town. Do you realise that?
I didn't
You
know.
were there before Dana.
I know.
Had we had got
kinds
you,
of
had we had
everything.
got you, we'd have carried you shoulder high around the Roswell Flats.
If Donna and I had have mated, think what that child would have been. That child would have been representative of all this good and talented.
Yeah. As a matter of interest, what did you get for that?
Get for what?
That award, that been voted the best bass player in Ireland.
I
I
got
remember
this-
your photograph was on the front of Spotlight.
That's right. Yes.
I remember that.
Oh, heady days.
What did you get?
I couldn't go out. I couldn't go out. The women used to be around me. I didn't get anything. I got satisfaction. And you know, that's what something I couldn't get before. Because I couldn't get no satisfaction. Talk of geese fills the airwaves. The potency and price of a goose egg, what it might do to a man's constitution, and whatever you're having yourself.
Do you know old Martha, the grey-leg goose?
Yes.
Well, she had 2 daughters last year.
Oh, egg-leg daughters. Really?
Ah, old Martha.
Well, that's wonderful.
So I'll have a course of play of geese eggs this year.
I imagined you would, yes. Well,
What?
I'm very, very pleased to hear that.
Well, old Martha, she'll clock on her 2 daughters, they'll lay.
Uh-huh.
You
And
know.
maybe perhaps with a bit of luck, maybe we'll meet up at the time when you have 1 or 2 of those goose eggs available and we'll have a feast.
Well, I'm going to put an advert in the local paper.
What are you going to say?
Geese eggs.
Goose eggs, I think you'd probably be
Oh,
better.
goose eggs.
Uh-huh.
For eating or hatching.
Oh. How much would a man charge for a goose egg now?
£1.
£1 each?
Uh-huh.
Each?
Ah.
A quid an egg?
Ah.
Of course.
Sure, when you crack one, it fills the whole pan.
That's right, indeed.
It's as good as a breakfast.
I would say so. But the only thing about them is, and as you mentioned before, after you have one of those, it's a good idea to stay out of lifts.
As long as we eat a goose egg.
I can't remember the last time I ate a goose egg. I think it's way, way in the past. I think it would have been in my teens the last time I had a
That was
goose
lucky.
egg.
That was the colour lucky.
Jordy, if you're boiling a goose egg, how long do you boil it for?
Oh, but
3 days.
well, get the no.
No.
Have the water boiling first.
First, right.
Put a wee squig of vinegar in it,
Right.
and then pop your goose egg in about 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Would that not be hard?
Nah.
No.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's not an awful long time,
It
really.
is an awful long time.
No, it's not, no. If you're thinking about a conventional egg, yes, it is indeed rather lengthy time to incubate.
I was told 7 minutes max for a goose egg.
What do you think, Geordie? This man's challenging
Well,
your
you would have
expertise.
a very watery goose egg.
All right then. Okay, right. You're the expert. Okay.
All right then, Geordie, good man. Listen,
I've
we
never
hope to see
bought
you
one.
soon, and we hope
Oh,
that
and
next-
all the best, sir.
All right then, goodbye.
And keep her lip till we get out. Well,
Now follows tales, perhaps true, of the presenter's adventures in the world of celebrity appearances. He has given these up due to people not asking him to do them anymore. It was when I first learned the negative nature of sometimes minor celebrity. I went to a place, I will not tell you where it was, and the woman said to me, "Do you mind judging the Bonnie Baby competition?" I said, "No, certainly be a pleasure." And this was at an afternoon thing. It was kind of a garden fete thing. And she says, "Over here
Do
now."
you nurse them and talk to them?
No. The wives?
No,
No, the babies.
The babies.
No.
You
No,
take
you
each
can
one
do it.
individually and
They
nurse
pee
them.
on you.
Right.
Oh, you don't touch them. Anyway, they're all. So I looked over at 3 o'clock and I was brought over to this line of babies. And they were holding their babies up. You see all the women, there's about 10 of them. And I didn't know what to do.
Holding them up?
Holding them up. You know, in their arms. Like.
Oh, aye. All
There
right,
he is now. There's a nice man.
They weren't
now.
in their wee prams.
No, here's the nice man coming to judge you.
Yeah.
Nice judge. Here's the nice judge coming to judge. Here come the judge.
And what sort
I
of
came
things
along,
did you
all I had
talk
to do is say,
What did you-
hello, what's your little boy's name? It's a girl. You know, the usual, I'll carry on. No, you make all the mistakes. You cannot say it wearing pink. And you say things, oh, we Siobhan, we Catholics, of course. And so at the end of it all, I didn't know what to do. And something occurred to me in the back of my mind saying, this isn't right. You know, something, no good will come of this. I remember thinking that, but I wasn't aware that the true nature of it. So I picked a little kind of spotty baby that looked like me. You know, I thought it was the most beautiful. So I picked it and the name. That's the little baby is the winner. And there was this kind of silence, you know. And you could feel all the losing babies, mothers, looking at me. And you could see the hate in their eyes. Because I had said publicly that another baby was nicer than theirs. And a number of them came up to me after and said, what's wrong with my baby? That kind of thing. You know, indicating that what's your parameters? What's your parameters? Eh? How did you judge that? Is it by what they were wearing or what they looked like? I said, I don't know. I just looked at them. The ones that peed less were the ones that won. The ones with the empty nappies were the ones in the...
But
anyway.
Is there an age bracket?
What?
Is there an age bracket?
What do you mean? For what?
For a Bonnie Baby competition. I mean, you can't have a 3-week-old baby entering a baby competition up against a child that's 9 months or something like that, because the 9 months.
Do you know what a baby is? A baby's a thing that can't walk.
Yeah,
basically.
but what's the age limit? That's what I'm asking.
A baby's a thing that can't walk.
Oh, what? Come on, you were a judge.
I know, but I don't know. You know what a baby is when you see it. They're wee, and they kind of look there and they go... They all look like Winston Churchill.
Was there a 2-year-old there?
No, there was no horses there at all. Has Mr. Tuft ever thought about bringing out his own cookbook? I could see it being a great success with the good women of the Women's Institute. No, I was telling you about the Women's Institute when I did a compare thing. What happens to me often, and this is something that I have to warn people against, every once in a while someone will say to me, would you come along and do a little thing for us, open our little fete or something like that? And I'd say, of course I will. And they'd say, do you want any money for that? I said, of course not.
A likely tale.
Anyway, I was asked to go along to the Women's Institute. I won't tell you where it was. So I'm standing at the side of the stage. She says, I'll introduce you now. And this woman came out and she went out to the front of the stage, lifted the microphone. And of course, she assumed that I was a comedian. And she said, how long are you going to do? I said, what do you mean, how long am I going to do? She said, will you do 20 minutes? I said, 20 minutes of what? If you do 20 minutes of jokes? I said, I'm not a comedian. I said, do you want me to compare something or I'll talk to people? But I can't stand up on the stage and tell jokes. She didn't hear any of this. So I went out and did 20 minutes of jokes that weren't funny. Here are a number of one-liners. Never get stuck behind the devil in a post office, for the devil can take many forms.
That's not bad. Yes.
If I had £1 every time I saw a stray dog. Did you get it? If I had £1 for every time I saw a stray dog. Dog pound.
Oh, right.
Very slow today.
Very slow. Yeah.
I've been trying to teach my dog to dance, but he's useless. He's got 2 left feet. Now, how's he going to read that magazine all rolled up like that? Said the spider. I don't mind sharing my cup of tea with a few people.
Don't get that one.
Now, how's he going to read that magazine all rolled up like that? Said the spider.
Oh, it's been thumped.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't mind sharing my cup of tea with a few
fly,
people.
I would say. You wouldn't take a rolled up newspaper to a spider. Nobody swats a spider. That should be a fly.
I'll just alter that.
Yes.
Fly.
Alter that.
All right. I don't mind sharing my cup of tea with a few people, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm in hospital. Don't panic. I've poisoned myself. I ate what I thought was an onion, but it was a daffodil bulb. I'll be out in the spring. Finally, Coilis Interruptus leaves no stone unturned in his quest to brand the presenter a liar. Coilis and, surprisingly, Emma, for she too has been corrupted, continually seek out imperfections in the presenter's physical appearance. Oh, how they laugh and scoff.
I looked extensively in Google and everything else I could get my hands on about Billy the Kid.
Yes.
To see if I could unearth the fact that you unearthed.
Which
about
is?
Billy the Kid speaking 4 languages.
Yeah.
He was never at school.
No, but he spoke 4 languages. He picked them up.
No, surely they would say that about him. That's unique.
Listen,
for any golfer that shoots guns, you know, a footballer. What do you call him?
Any footballer that shoots guns?
Cowboy.
You couldn't remember the word cowboy?
I couldn't remember it.
I read about you.
Right, and now you would say if Billy the Kid spoke 4 languages, surely everybody else would know about it.
A border terrier, reddish brown.
Wouldn't they, Emma? Wouldn't they? It's the sort of thing you would know about someone.
A border terrier, reddish brown.
And also, what languages would he speak?
English, Irish, Ulster Scots, and Spanish.
You see?
A border terrier, reddish brown. Are you denying that those are languages?
No. Hankering, by the way, is a Dutch word.
Hankering. Tom Hankering.
Look at his hair, Emma. What's done to his hair?
Yes. Why are you looking at me like that? What's wrong with
he done? What's he done?
my hair? What's wrong with my hair?
What's wrong with it? What's he done? What is it? It's like a pair of curtains.
What's wrong with you?
It's like a pair of curtains.
What's wrong? What's wrong? That's the headphones.
No, it's just like a pair of curtains.
It's the headphones.
It's not. We're looking at your hair. That's nearly a wig. That's a wig. Is that a wig? That's not a wig. What have you done? You've got a wee peak. You've got a wee peak. Do you know the wee boy in the Monsters? Was the what do you call it? Is the wee boy and the wee son? No, that is it. The Monsters.
The wee fella.
I knew that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Laugh. Go on. Laugh. Yeah. Man. Go on. Here. Have fun. Here. Work out. Laugh. Just laugh. Laugh at me.
More of the same from Mr. Anderson and Mr. Coyle tomorrow morning at 10:30. You're listening to BBC Radio Ulster. It's now approaching 6:30 and time for Arts Extra with Mary-Louise Muir.
Good evening and welcome to the programme, and a very happy new year from all of us here. And the new year and the one we've just left behind are going to occupy Arts Extra for the next 30 minutes. With me in studio this Monday